Hello, my name is Uni, and welcome to my Survival World series. Now, it has been quite some time since I have been here on this world, and I just want to show everyone who is brand new all the different things we have built. There's so much throughout the area, lots to cover in a future video. I mean, if you want to see it all, then you could probably just go back and watch the playlist here. It's down in the description as always if you're interested in that. But let's go ahead and crack on with today's projects. Now, I've been busy building a lot of extra trees along the edge of our reservoir here, and this has been quite a lot. I think at this point, I've probably made over 1,000 trees. I don't know, I might actually try to count them all at some point. But for now, we have to work on this area specifically because there is a huge blank space within our hexagon city that hasn't had anything done to it yet. And I've already collected all the resources for this. Been doing a lot of that in the past few months. But let's go ahead and get started on the grind because my God, I am going to be having to do this for quite a while. And I just want to get it done. This is one of those things I have kind of been dreading, but also excited to do at the same time. But I've already designed all the different structures. We're going to do a couple repeats and rotate here and there, combine some things, make a duplex. We're going to try to make it a little easier on me because, like I said, it's close to like 24 structures. So let's get started. Oh, I think I'm lost. I can't find my way out of this place. There are so many buildings here. I don't know which way is north, which way south. Where's the sun? I can't see it. I haven't looked at daylight in so long. Ooh, okay, let's get a nice little vantage point because there was so much that was finished over here. And oh yeah, there we go. I gotta say, we definitely need to do lots more work. There is much to do on the ground. There's lots to do in terms of all the scaffolding around, with a way to enter the buildings. But so far, we've completed every last building. And this particular one here is the most expensive because each of this style of building has 20-something anvils, and I built 3 of them. And for those who are returning might remember that I don't really make farms, so I don't have an iron farm on my world. So all of this iron for all these anvils was collected by hand. Ooh, I think I have a problem. Maybe I should actually start building stuff like that because that would make this a lot easier in the future. But for now, all of it is pretty much ready to go. There are so many interiors that have to be done. But like everything else in this entire place, none of the interiors are really fully fleshed out at all, except for maybe the exception of these 2. And if we check the map, I've gone ahead and already updated it so that everything should be here. And we just zoom in. Oh yeah, there we are. We are like at least, I think, 50% of the way done with this place. It is looking snazzy. But you know what? I think we gotta fly up again off in this direction because I need to explain some of the buildings we have made. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we had 7 total buildings and we duplicated quite a few in order to achieve a more clustered and crowded look to this district. And if we count them, I think we have about 19 buildings in here. I'm sure it came across in the time lapse, but this was a lot of work. I had so many materials to collect in order to do this, but luckily, we have a lot in our storage area. And this, I think, is so far my favorite. It was a modular section of all these little apartments that I just went ahead and made a quick design of. A little bit sketchy because there's all this concrete on the side, and I've already turned a little bit of it into some solid concrete, but Fun little fact, in the original design of this, all of these were actually lodestones, and yeah, that would have gotten a bit too expensive, because I think I made 4 of these in total. There's another one over here, and somewhere over there I think there is also a 4th. But as proud as I am with these, I think we're going to have to leave the interiors and the pathways around it for another day. But don't worry here, we have plenty else to do today's episode. I have some plans for a little bit of a display out in the mountains nearby. Let's go ahead and perch ourselves right up on top of the tower. And if we take a look around, you can see that, whew, just from up here too, there's so much going on. It definitely feels very crowded over there. But I wanted to work in this little pocket right here because I wanted to make a display of lights that turn on right at nighttime. And if you'll see in just a second here, every time that the sun goes down over that mountain, my beacons turn on, and I love this little feature. It's so cool. And that means at nighttime, we have a little extra protection from all the mobs and dangers that come out at night. But I want to make a display of beacons right in this little thing, as if the light was coming out of the mountain itself from the depths below. And luckily, I actually have a wither skeleton farm, so I can collect as many wither skulls and get as many beacons as I need in order to make this happen. And I've already gone through here and made a display. For now, it's just a rainbow, but I do want to experiment in the future with different color palettes and things. But the idea is that we're going to have an array of pistons that pull these back during the day. And then one by one at night, all of these will get pushed and back into place, and the entire array will light up in a beautiful display for us to view during the nighttime. So let's gather up a couple things here. I already have the makings for all the beacons in my inventory. And as you can see, it's quite a lot. And I think we're going to make upwards of, 24 beacons in total, of which I already have a good handful of in my storage here. There we go. Yeah, I just have 6 available to us. This one's saved for later, and excuse me while I grab all my little wither skeleton skulls. To be honest though, my wither skeleton farm could have way better rates, but I built it in such a horrible way. I could have made it in a soul sand biome, but I did not, and I've learned my lesson for the future, but it'll be enough. We just gotta head out to the nether in order to get to our end portal so that we can get all these guys taken care of underneath the bedrock of the end portal. Luckily, I have already gone and dug out a little hole underneath the end portal here, and now I just have to put down the obsidian. So, for anyone who has never done something like this, I believe this is probably my second time ever, but let's grab the soul sand, you place it on top of your obsidian like so, and I believe the head has to be 1 block away so that this lines up here. These 3 heads line up with these 3 blocks above. Let's see if I did it correctly. If I didn't, oh, okay, cool. Let's stand back a little bit because he does cause an explosion. It's very loud. It is incredibly loud. You just stand here, smack him. And just like that, you got yourself a wither star. Boom, easy peasy. Now I just got to do that like 18 more times or so. I don't know. We're going to find out here. Now this just so happens to be probably the best way to do this because the way it works is where this obsidian is placed, it lines the wither's head up with this middle pillar. Whoever came up with this idea, you are awesome. And I can just sit here, do a crit every hit. Oh, so good. So if you ever have the need to make a bunch of nether stars and you have a lot of skulls, this is the way to go. Now let's go back over to our base here and try to get ourselves all of these beacons crafted up right away. Ooh, that is a beautiful sight. Oh my god, it could put a tear to my eye. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Oh, the perfect amount. This is probably the most amount of beacons I have ever had in any playthrough of Minecraft, so it's a monumentous occasion right here. Let's go ahead and put these bad boys in and just see what the rainbow looks like right now. All right, so it's already nighttime, which means all we got to do is just plop these down into their positions, and then we'll take a look at it from a distance in order to see the majestic... Oh my god! Whoa! That's crazy, dude. Look at this. I don't think I've ever would have seen this ever, but wow. Okay, we got to get a good vantage point. Of course, what better place to do that than the middle of the hexagon city, right on top of the spire. can land this perfectly. There we go. Oh my god! That's insanely bright. It's like I put a prism underground. Oh, this is going to be so cool to like experiment with, do different color palettes every now and again. Oh, okay. I can't wait. I need to put that redstone mechanic in right now so that when the nighttime comes, we'll be able to just have this thing kind of flutter in from the left to the right. It's going to look so amazing. Oh my god. Oh my. Okay. In the daytime, this looks ridiculous. It feels so off not having like storm clouds here. And when you're at this angle, it becomes way more solid of a color. Jeez Louise. Okay, well, I've already gotten all of my supplies. We have our array of redstone here. And I just got to clear out this area and place all the pistons up against here in order to retract every single one of these blocks with the daylight sensors. Okay, now this is interesting. I forgot that the daylight sensor has an output based on the time, not necessarily in one spurt, but like how far the redstone moves. It's interesting. Okay, so this is going to take like a minute for all of these to go online. Okay, we're going to have to do some sort of like pulse thing here with this so that they all just go at once, I think. Here, look, I'll go ahead and show you what I mean by that. If we just head inside, I've already set up all the pistons and whatnot, but as the night progresses, this redstone signal gets slightly stronger throughout the night, and I think it'll go maybe 2 more here, or maybe not. Maybe I have to do a lot of work here. That seems to be a bit of an issue with my setup. But here, just for demonstration's sake, I'll show you exactly what happens. That is the kind of effect I wanted. Just a little smooth transition where they all go in. But it seems they only reach a certain distance, and it doesn't quite have that exact movement that I wanted. So we're going to make this a pulse sort of signal instead of a daylight sensor. But the daylight sensor will drive the initial pulse. All right, I think I've come up with the perfect solution, and I didn't even have to move my daylight tunnels here. All we did was just add a piston and a redstone block. That's it. And it didn't really create a pulse. More or less what it did is it created a shortened redstone signal. So this creates a perfect signal of, I believe, 15 that goes all along here and all the way to the middle. Makes it so much nicer. In fact, let's go ahead and hop out here. And we're just going to sit back on top of the pinnacle and wait for the daytime. In fact, it looks like it's coming up very soon. Oh, this is perfect timing. All right, so we're just going to hop up to here. And as soon as the moon sets, we should see this entire thing splay away into a white wall of nothingness. And all the color will be gone. Okay, another issue. It's not going away, which isn't, you know, a horrible thing. It just means that our redstone didn't work. All right, I'm shifting gears. I actually had a better idea taking a look at my old beacon system out on the city. I think what we can do is just do what we did over there and make all the beacons disappear during the day. And then at nighttime, they should show up. I think I have a solution to my problem, but, you know, time will tell. Okay, and last step, very important. We just got to put the daylight sensor a little bit away. Okay, there we go. There needs to be like a little bit of redstone between the daylight sensor and the piston. I don't know why. It just seemed to be messing up a little bit, and a wrench was thrown into the whole system. So with that, now we just got to wait and see if our efforts were worth the time. Okay, nothing happened. Great. All right, well, another issue. Oh, what is this, number 4? Attempt number 4, I think? I don't know what's wrong. What's happening here? I mean, I know when I... Oh! Okay, one went off. The other went off. Okay, what's going on? There's some weird black magic happening. I don't know what to think anymore. Oh, now I have to wait another 20 minutes just to see this all happen again. I mean, hey, it worked. It just didn't synchronize the way that I wanted it to. All right, well, final attempt. I think this will work. I've put the redstone underneath the daylight sensor, exactly like I did in my city. This is pretty much verbatim what I did over there. Hopefully, attempt number 4 works. Let's go see. You know, I'm just realizing as I upload this episode, we're a week away from the Festival of Colors. Gotta love that coincidence there, but I think we're finally approaching the actual sequence. Okay, this time it'll work. I'm crossing. There it goes. Oh my God, it worked. What? Oh, that's so cool. Oh, and it goes off before the hexagon. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, I'm so happy now. That is worth the effort. I don't know why that specific condition worked for it, having the redstone underneath the pistons, but I guess that's what it needed. Okay, now I'm sure the reason it wasn't perfectly smooth is because if we just do F3 and G, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Oh, exactly what I thought was the issue. We have it happening in two different chunks here. So this side would have activated first in the chunk because it was closer to us, and then this side would have activated. Minor details, but you know what? That's fine. This thing is 24 blocks wide, so there's no way we could squeeze that into one chunk, but I'm satisfied with this. I think this turned out very nicely. And as bad as I am at redstone, somehow I'm able to make tiny little things like that function somehow. But anyways, thank you so much everyone for watching today's episode and subscribing to the channel. Make sure to leave a like too. I would really appreciate that. And with that being said, my name is Uni. I am jogging it out today, and I will see you guys next time.